Okay, got her back together. And note, when you're testing this thing, at first I would insert, like, I would screw down a couple of screws, like one here in the back and one here in the front. But I found that since Sony made this thing so cheaply, I found that more often than not, the bottom part here, which you can't see, is right by my fingernail. This bottom part that draws the disc in would misalign, and then I would have problems inserting and ejecting the disc. So I suggest, as much of a pain in the ass as it is, putting all 5 screws down tightly so that this thing has less of a chance of misaligning. So it's time for a smoke test. I'll wait for it to boot up. I don't have a monitor, so I can't tell. Oh. Let me get my so-called scratch DVD out. I'm going to test all 3 of the diodes in the laser unit. There are actually 4 diodes. Sony's not picking this up, but there are 5 pins on the laser unit. 1 is ground, 1 is positive for the blue laser, 1 is positive for the red laser for DVD, 1 is positive for an infrared laser for CDs, and 1 is positive for what's called the monitor photodiode, which doesn't actually shoot light out. But the other 3 do. The other 3 are semiconductor lasers. So I've got a copy of Windows 7 Beta 1, which probably won't run on the cell architecture. I've got my scratch Blu-ray disc, which is just this demo disc that came with the PS3. Then I got my infrared scratch disc, which is a copy of Amiga Forever 2008, and I've been doodling with LightScribe. So I'll try blue first. Oh, so far so good. Ah. Yeah, it messed up. I hate you, Sony. If that happens, just hold down the PS button, press X twice, shut it down gracefully, and then shut it down from the back. Shut it down gracefully first. And then with the power off, I can remove the top. The screws out, and you just carefully lift up and to the left, because the disc is caught on these rollers in the top, and then you can just extract the disc carefully from the clutches of the mechanism. Whoops! Well, I messed that up. I gotta put that gray thing back on. That's not a big deal. So, okay, let me do that. If these gray things tumble off like they did back there, you just, here we go, just, they're specific to each side, and really you can't screw up, but the right side looks like that, and the left side looks like this. So that's the right side, and this is the left side, and the way they install is you just put it in and just put it on, and then there's a come on, cooperate with me. There's, see that white catch inside there? Well, the gray part is supposed to go underneath that white catch, just like that. Push it all the way up, and then you got this spring that you need to thread back in over that little catch that's just barely showing up on my video. Oh wait, hang on. Yes, this catch, that catch right there where my screwdriver's pointing, and the spring is, I think the spring is showing up, but it's supposed to be threaded above that catch like that, and now it's spring loaded. It's back together again. Time for another smoke test. A little connector for the disc sensors there. I recall saying that if the disc sensor wasn't connected that it wouldn't sense the disc. Well, I've opened this thing without shutting it off, and it looks to me like as soon as it finds out that it's not mated with its photodiode in the mechanism anymore, that it senses that there is a disc. So it might be the case that it just, if this connector isn't connected, it'll immediately try to insert a disc. Okay, smoke test number 2. My Blu-ray scratch disc. Oh wait, I need to turn it on. Well, I technically don't need to turn it on, but oh, it was booting. It's just okay, smoke. Oop. That's just Windows 7. If I have a problem with it, I can make a new disk. All right, there we go. And it seems to be reading. I don't have a screen to verify it, but it's pretty safe to say if the spindle is spinning, it's reading the disc. So blue works, and it ejects properly.